Well, it's a good thing that you gentlemen are loving your cookies tonight. It would be a shame if something were to happen to them. No?
I think we're gonna go to bed, so thanks for the cookies.
It begins.
Nuclearczar is probably a name that you already recognize from the Sanctum of Doom series, which is very popular, a series of, they're sort of like movies that he did in the SNAPMAP tools, and they're very creative. I have watched them. They are fun to watch. I prefer to watch them on YouTube because one of the things with SNAPMAP is because of all the loading screens and stuff, if there's not a lot of interactivity to be had, then I'm not a huge fan of playing those things on the on the channel itself. But I highly respect the creativity that goes into the Sanctum of Doom series, and I absolutely do like it. But anyway, Nuclearczar reached out to me through YouTube, let me know that he's got a map called Vessel of Dread, which is a little more on the interactive side. I'm going to go ahead and check that out today. That map ID is PUN8L7PA. Currently sitting with 3 upvotes and 7 plays. Looks like it was updated or created very recently, so I'm guessing it might be in the review queue. I haven't checked. If it isn't, it should be, because it looks to be earning its stars. Let's go ahead and take a look at that author profile. Haha, wow. Some groovy looking armor. I love it. Nuclearczar has played 3 days and 13 hours of SNAPMAP content and accumulated over 3 million SNAPMAP points. He's currently the author of 15 total maps, including the highly acclaimed Sanctum of Doom series, which I'm presuming is where he's gotten the majority of those 14,000 upvotes, totaling an 81% upvote rating. So, alright, well, let's go ahead and check out this interactive experience and give ourselves some dread from the Vessel of Dread. Vessel of Dread. On this vessel, I am the law. All systems nominal. Well, that's good. I guess the board's over, and we can all just, what the... Oh, all systems are... well, time to go to bed. Yeah, it seems like a good idea. I could use a little nap after a long day of holding my fists up all day. I mean, I wear this very heavy, badass armor all the time, and... sometimes you just need a little break. So, alright, we got some, what's this? Service record list. What's this? Alright, so the Engineering Bay employees are Nate Henry, John Carmack, Eli Weller, you, okay, Isaacson Clark, Jeffrey Shonry, and D.T. Prescott. Okay, well, I hope I get to meet Isaacson Clark. I was a big fan of, Dead Space. I never finished a single one, but man, they were fun games. Alright, so we got a report here. Military report from Nate Henry. Today the refrigerator stopped working again. Well, that sucks. It's starting to really piss me off. Even better, someone got pulled into the meat grinder and good food got contaminated. What are you talking about? That's where the flavor comes from, man. Alright, now I'm stuck with shitty ration food packets for a few days. He said a swear. Also, Science Bay is working on something organic with live samples. Heh, hope it doesn't get out of hand. Who knows what could happen in such a small ship. It does get lonely out here, though, missing my family a lot. Sometimes wonder if the ship captain even knows where he's navigating. I want to retire soon. Gotta help my wife care for the kids, Yeah, so I'm just a family man trying to get home. I can cope with that. Alright, so I'm going to interact with the Mixom switch here. Alright. Okay, we got a voice comm from Jeff Shonry. Come to the mess room. We're having a late night party. You should come. And oh, by the way... boop, boop. Oh, well. Looks like somebody won tic-tac-toe. What the hell? Alright. Oh, well. Doggone. What's going on here? Well, things are a little spotty. Alright, we got ourselves a... Alright, let's hit that elevator. Doop. Oh, nice. Good. Fade. Nice. Alright, and, hi, dude. Well. Hi. That was a big dude. Alright. So, I guess he wants me to follow him? Well, that's not happening. I'm just gonna go... I live here now. That's what's gonna happen.
2,000 years later.
Well, I suppose the game content's not going to come to me, so I'm going to go see what this is all about. Okay, guys, what did I tell you about bong rips during work time hours? Come on. Alright, oh, wow. Alright, so I think we crawl through here. Is that what's happening? Alright. It's very spooky. Alright, so just some... Oh, there's a thing to read over here. Okay. Alright, Luke Limos. It's been pretty busy this morning. Everyone's trying to leave the ship and the loading docks are filling up. I don't know what's going on around here, but I don't like it. I'm getting worried and I'm not sure if I want to leave too. Let's see what happens in the next 24 hours. Hopefully we won't be dead by then. Cheers to that. Do not want to be dead. Oh, another... Well, oh geez. I'm being hotboxed. Okay, how do I... Well, this is... Alright. Now what? Okay. Okay, what am I doing? Oh boy. Okay, so am I just here to inhale smoke and listen to atmospheric noises? What's going on here? Ah, there we go. Alright. Okay, well, at least it's well lit. Alright. That's cool. Do not shoot. I have a feeling that shooting that glass is gonna give me grand prizes. I'll bet I'll get a car out of it. That would be cool. Alright, we gotta pick that up. Okay. Alright, wow. Well, alright, so that door wants to eat me. And... man, I bet that leads to explosive decompression. I so badly want to shoot that. I really do. But at the same time, I hate loading screens, so... And I know sometimes people like to throw in, like, cute little endgame things that, you know, and I don't feel like reloading the whole board from the start, so... Alright, what do we got? Okay, so there's a thing to interact with over here, which just leads me to think that maybe I should, explore the whole area first. Well... Sort of normal speed, which is fine. Alright, so, okay, so... That door opens. Now, I feel like the normal speed is good for atmosphere, but bad for exploring. And I'm probably not meant to explore. I'm meant to probably just... Oh, yuck. Okay, so, and this is an invisible wall, so... I'm not meant to go this way. Fair enough. Oh, come on. Alright. Door wants to eat me. Door can eat me. Okay. Alright, we're back. Oh, and there's the dude running. Okay, we now know not to go towards the gas. Alright, so... Okay, and our already slow speed just went even slower. That's... Which, you know, fair enough, because we want to see all this cool stuff that's about to happen. Oh, geez, that is a mess. I love it. Great. Oh, the creepy music. Oh, my God. Whoa. Hey. Hey, guys. You're worshipping something over here. Oh, my God. Oh, why am I moving so slowly? Oh, Lord. What is this nightmare? Okay. So, that was a little weird. I'm not crazy about moving at, like, a total crawl for that portion. I'm guessing we're not supposed to be able to go in there. Fair enough. Alright. Got some pipe work. Got a duck around. Alright.
We have terminated Project Zion. Please bring all remaining human specimens to the B-Wing for disposal.
fair enough. Oh, our speed is back up again. So I'm not super crazy about the shifting speed. Alright, what's cryogenics? Someone placed some specimen in here, and happened shortly after the asteroid breach. The last pod to be stored as well. Whatever it was, I grew like a fungus. And once it matured, it burst out. It killed the research team. I was lucky to escape. Last I saw, it was when I ejected out of the pod. It stared with no eyes, bathed in blood and murder of all my crew's victims. Probably more some. Weird. Oh, yeah. Alright. In we go. Again, we're moving a little faster here. Okay, what do we got here? I'm just gonna pull this dude's arm off, because, you know, you're walking along the hallway, you heard some creepy music, you see a dead guy, you pull his arm off. That's standard operating procedure. Okay, and, well, oh my goodness. Well, you know, you shouldn't try to fit a whole hot dog in your mouth, dude. Just one bite at a time. You know, it's just as delicious. Oh, well. And again, somebody trying to win the steel hot dog eating contest here. Okay, a little crucifixion going on over here. Yeah, I'm really starting to think that there's something dubious about the scientific research going on here. Just a little. Alright. Okay, so we had to leave. Fair enough. See you later. Alright. Is this the way to leave? Reroute power. Oh, but I like following instructions. Oh. Look, I'm really sorry about this, Mr. Dude. I'm sure you left your note for a reason. I don't want to be disrespectful, but apparently I do have to come in here. Everyone blames what's happening here on me. I've only heard reports of scratching the walls, but I shrugged it off thinking it was leaky pipework. I was wrong. Every single passenger was wrong. I came to believe it was the asteroid that breached engineering. Whatever was inside escaped into the ship. It cut off most of the ship's power and blew a fuse the navigation hub. No SOS, just dead people. Was it really my fault? According to the paperwork, yes, random dude. It's all your fault. You are... Alright, scan? Maybe. Reroute power. Danger, will reroute only 2 pods. Okay, so what's the scan? Ah, that's why we grabbed the dude's arm. So this is not the first time I've seen this interesting thing where like the way you got to do a thing is to use the scanner and all that, and you got to scan somebody's arm. And I'm all for that. The problem is the way it always gets implemented is that the interactable, the dead body interactable is always just sort of randomly laying there, and the player is always just responding to the press Y to do thing, you know? So what ends up happening from a story perspective is that you are simply walking along and suddenly get the brilliant idea to pull a dude's arm off for no reason. So I feel like the best way to implement that would be just have the dead body laying there, but don't activate the switch yet. Leave it unactivated, you know, like it's not enabled. Enable on start equals off, right? And then what happens is they get to this room, and then it says, oh, we need to scan, and then the dude will say, oh, I need somebody's arm, and then have them go for the arm. Like, just having your protagonist pull some dude's arm off randomly without any explanation, it makes your dude look like a maniac, you know? Like, you know, so that I have a feeling that that's probably the better way to implement that idea. Okay, so all right, so we got the reroute power. We're gonna go ahead and hit that button. All right, and of course, Doom rules dictate that when you do the thing, demons happen. All right, so sure enough, things are happening here. Oh, yep, there's the dude. All right, are you just a set piece again, or are you actually trying to attack me? You are trying to attack me. And I have almost no health right now. And it is really dark. I cannot see you. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I suffered enough. So here's how I'm going to approach this. I'm going to go ahead and abstain from voting on this. One thing I do have to explain, especially because I'm reviewing a map from somebody that might not be as familiar with my channel and what we do here, but I'm going to go ahead and abstain from voting on this map for now, and I'm going to cite the reason being that I'm not the target audience. And part of that has to do with the amount of time I have to film in a day. I don't get a whole lot of time to shoot footage of playing boards and stuff, and so having to reload a board more than twice is it's kind of it's a barrier for me that I really can't overcome. Because I want to make sure that I'm giving other people a chance to have their work reviewed and critiqued and stuff as well. And the second thing is that this is obviously a horror board with strong storytelling elements, and while I highly respect that, the lack of interactivity in this one as well just kind of says that this is a board meant more towards people that want to be told a story and is less about like the core doomy, shooty, demons-y kind of thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to abstain from voting, but I will say that I like what I saw so far, and we'll just we'll keep it there. So, and I'm the only person on the leaderboard, interestingly enough, probably because of a recent update or something. But so. What I think we got here is the story elements I saw were very good. I really enjoyed the story elements that were going on in this board, and I highly encourage anybody that does have the patience to kind of sit down and play through the board to go ahead and do so. The reason I'm not able to do this is because of the death screens. Now, one thing you got to keep in mind with your death screens, and the thing is that, okay, so you don't necessarily need the death screen. You can have a loss scenario in your board without resorting to a death screen. You can have you can have a way within the board itself that sort of simulates some sort of a consequence for death that doesn't kick your player out of the board. Now, one of the things I demonstrated earlier in the video here is the loading time between when I died from the gas and when I was back to that same point, and you'll notice that's a pretty significant chunk of time. That's an investment of time you're asking your player to take just to continue hearing your story. Okay, and then again at the second point where I died, because I was placed in a combat situation that was just ridiculously unfair. There I am with sort of less than vanilla speed, armed only with a pistol in a very dark room, and I have to try to kill a Hell Knight after already taking damage from the surprise gank from earlier. Now I know about these things now. I can go back into the board and work around that and try to do better this time. I'm personally not in a situation where I can do that, and you're going to run into players that don't necessarily have that patience. So you gotta keep that in mind when you kick players out of your board like that. They have to go back and they have to reload and they have to redo things, and that's going to break the flow of your story. And if your board is primarily a storytelling board, that's harmful. I mean, it makes it so that it makes it harder for people to enjoy the primary purpose of your board, which is the story. So I would say, in this particular case, if that fight is absolutely something that needs to be part of that, you don't necessarily have to make it easier, but I mean making it possible, like putting some health pickups in there for a starter would be a great place to go. Maybe give the player at least a reasonable amount of speed during combat scenarios. I noticed you were changing speeds, so for instance, the player moves slower during more dramatic episodes and things like that, and that's fine. But I mean, why not an upshift in speed when combat happens? Just to kind of make the combat more doable. That's one idea. The other thing we talked about was the thing with the arm. Again, if you're doing a story-driven board, you got to be conscious of the fact that everything the player's doing gets perceived as sort of the way the character is. So if you've got a character that just walks along and says, "Oh look, dead body, free arm, rip," without any sort of front-loading or explanation as to why the character would be inclined to pull off somebody's arm, it looks a little weird from a storytelling perspective, I think. So, maybe make it so that maybe the dead body is in the same room, but is not activated until after you discover you need an arm. That's sort of one way to deal with that. You know, and these are all just sort of things I bring up as ways of improving the experience. Obviously, there's you know, a lot of your players aren't going to have the same problems with time and patience that I do. So you know, that these aren't necessities, but these are just things that I feel like would have made it so that I was, you know, sort of more invested in seeing the end of the story here. In any case, that is Vessel of Dread by Nuclearczar. It was a very spooky board. I especially love the bit with the custom music there. That was great. You know, you know, and of course, like you were doing some really great things by using the Hell Knight to kind of do the sort of scary running child thing, you know, and I love all that. Huge, great atmosphere, you know, great use of props, and you know, blocking things off. You know, there's a lot of great reasons to sit down and just play this board and be patient with it, you know, but I feel like if you're meeting your player halfway, you know, I've made a couple of suggestions on how to do that. One more time, that's Vessel of Dread by Nuclearczar. That map ID is PUN8L7PA, and it is scary, 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 and it's probably even more scary past that point. But you know, thankfully you didn't have me here to spoil it for you, so go check it out.
Game over, game over, game over, game over.